Hello, welcome to the LP Dimension. I'm your guide, LP. Blue worms versus red worms. I'm sorry, I cannot differentiate between European Nightcrawlers and red wigglers, but I can tell you the difference between blue worms and the others. And we're just going to go ahead and call the others red wigglers. So this is a blue worm. When they stretch out, they stretch out to be much longer and thinner, I've found, than the red wigglers. And it was the urban worm bag that I heard give that tip, that they stretch out more when they move. And when they said that, I thought, yep, that's absolutely true. But the biggest thing is that their clitellum, they sort of inch along when they move, and they usually move rather fast. This guy's not moving as fast because he's on this paper bag. We'll put him back on the substrate in a minute. But its clitellum is more tight to the body, or flush to the body, as they say. Versus, I'm going to show you here, this red wiggler, who is barely moving, has a yellow tip on its tail. And I'm struggling to find a good example of, but their clitellums, this is not super duper clear, but you see how it's kind of bulging out a little bit, sticking out from its body a little bit, versus this clitellum is flush to the body. Now, again, see it kind of, and when they're, sometimes you'll see them bulging out way more than that, and the more bulgier they are, the closer they are to releasing a cocoon. So that's a red wiggler. And I don't know if it's the cold that makes, I've noticed the red wigglers can often become very dark. But again, see how the blue is skinnier, stretching out more, right? And they can have some yellow to their body, but it doesn't have that prominent yellow tip. And see how bulgy, again, see how bulgy the clitellum is? Right there. And how not bulgy, how tight to the body the blue worms is. Let's go ahead and see if, put them both back. So that's the blue worm. And that's the red wiggler. See how the blue worm has a very sort of defined inchwormy niche, where it stretches and then pulls, itself along. And they move a lot faster. These guys aren't. This one's not moving very fast at all right now, and yet it's still moving more than the red wiggler next to it. So yeah, that's blue worms. While this red wiggler is also dead, or dark colored, you can see that it's got a little bit more of a red tint to it, reddish brown tint to it, than the blue worm. See, the blue worm's like, I'm gone, I'm out of here. And again, that yellow, oh, that's a cocoon right there. That yellow tip to the tail. And there goes the blue worm. So you're looking for the clitellum to be tight to the body, flush with the body. On a blue worm, they're going to stretch out more as they move. They generally move faster and they move like an inchworm, whereas a red wiggler has the yellow tip on its tail. So do European nightcrawlers. And their clitellum is more likely to bulge from the body, even just a little bit. You know, just a little bit of, just like a little chubbiness out from its body. And they don't move as fast as the blue worm. So let's see if you can. And the blue worms don't have that reddish tint. Now where you'll struggle is, and that is called a cocoon. That can contain, I believe I've heard 1 to 3, maybe even up to 5, but I believe 3 for sure, 5 worms in it. And also, blue worms do not have the stripes like, see, this guy's kind of stripy. And this is a immature worm in that it does not have a clitellum, but it's got a yellow tail. So interesting. But okay, so I was saying that a immature worm does not have a clitellum, does not have that fleshy band. Another immature worm, yellow tip of the tail. We'll just look for a little bit more, and then I'll let these guys be. Oh, this might be the same one. No, it's not. This one guy's smaller. But this is a blue worm, and a mature blue worm. See the clitellum? But see how even without the worm stretching out, it stays tighter to the body, more flush with the body. And while it has some yellow on it, my phone does not want to focus, it doesn't have a yellow tip. So that's a blue worm. The clitellum is very tight to the body. Versus lots of cocoons in here. See that clitellum? See how it's kind of, he stretches. You don't notice it, but when he's resting, see how it's, yeah, see how it kind of pooches out? It's not as tight to the body. And again, the yellow tip. So there you have it. Wanted to show you a couple of examples at least of blues. Blue worms versus red wigglers. Thank you to the user who asked to see such a video. And I'll provide more examples in the future as they become available. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Be safe. Be well. Bye for now.